From Galilee. I know it's unexpected, and of course, we just had our Facebook Live last night speaking about Bible prophecy. But I think that this report is very, very urgent and very, very important to those who, love Bible prophecy, but also love to understand what's behind the news and want to connect current events with indeed Bible prophecy. So we've been talking much about Ezekiel's war, but a giant step towards the fulfillment of Ezekiel was taken this morning in Tehran, in Iran. And let me explain what really is going on. Iran had successfully tested the S-300 anti-aircraft missile defense system that was purchased by them from Russia in 2016. The negotiations regarding that took place for the longest time, but thanks to the Obama administration and the Iran deal, Putin felt free and comfortable to sell those systems to Iran. And basically, by doing so, he blocked all option of military action against Iran's nuclear program. Once again, the S-300 system is now operational, and that means there is no way for any air force in the world at this point to successfully carry out any attack on Iran's nuclear program. They already positioned some of the systems around the Fordo nuclear reactor, but also in other key locations. And what you need to understand about that particular system is that it's very deadly. It's something that the Russians have been working on for the longest time, and right now they perfected it. This missile system can detect with a very sophisticated radar aircrafts or cruise missiles that are coming from hundreds of miles away, and it will shoot at the same time multiple rockets, not one, not two, many, to destroy simultaneously many targets. That is the last, I would say, nail in the coffin of the Obama administration's effort to prevent any military action from Israel's side to put an end to the nuclear effort of Iran. Now, let me make it very clear. Why am I so excited, but also why am I a little bit anxious to share that with you? For the longest time, I thought that obviously Israel won't be able to destroy the nuclear reactors of Iran because they learned they learned the lesson from the Iraqi nuclear reactor and the Syrian one. They spread their different nuclear program facilities in so many different locations that one wave of air raid won't really do any damage. It might damage one place, but all the others will still remain operational. And this is exactly what made things very complicated for us. Now, Israel has been trying behind the scene to get approval from America to go and to attack that nuclear reactor and several other facilities over there. The U.S. under Obama said no. Believe it or not, but Saudi Arabia allowed us officially to use their airspace on our way to carry out that mission. The Saudis have more reasons to be afraid of Iran's nuclear weapon than Israel, because the biggest war in the world of the Muslims is the Sunni-Shiite war, and of course Saudi is the leader of the Sunnis and Iran is the leader of the Shiites. So the Saudis are very, very unhappy, and that explains the very interesting warming up of the relationship between the Saudis and the Israelis right now. But my point is this: if you read carefully Bible prophecy, you know that if anything, Damascus is the one that is going to be destroyed and not Tehran. And if anything, Iran is going to launch an attack on Israel, joining obviously Russia and Turkey. So my point is that what we see now is the last nail on that coffin of a potential Israeli attack on Iran. And we also can see that there's a good possibility of a nuclear exchange in the Middle East if you carefully, between the lines, read Ezekiel's prophecy regarding the type of weapon that has to be buried for how many years and all of that. My point is that we made a giant step forward right now towards two things. One, the Iranian-Russian collaboration that eventually will be against Israel. Russia may not talk against Israel, but Iran every day and every night is vowing to destroy Israel. Two, the Russians are obviously not going to attack Iran for using their own system because they sold it to them. The Russians, by selling that weapon system to the Iranians, basically said, woe to you, Israel, if you will ever touch the Iranian nuclear program. And last but not least, we can clearly see that the Russians are dictating the moves in the Middle East right now. That probably is the reason why Benjamin Netanyahu is rushing to Moscow next week to speak to Vladimir Putin about the Iranian problems. It's just that I don't see the point of talking to Vladimir Putin about Iran when Vladimir Putin himself is the one who is arming Iran and selling them all those weapon systems. You have to understand, Iran finds in Russia an ally for a reason or for a season. Russia needs Iran right now because Russia needs to sell weapon systems. Russia is in a great deficit in their cash flow because of the completely very, very disappointing record low price of the oil, which Russia is exporting and it's depending on. And so Russia needs money, Iran needs those weapons, and there you go, you found those joint interests over there. Ladies and gentlemen, Iran and Russia are now closer than ever. And when Iran says that the system is operational, that means if anyone had in mind that President Trump right now in the White House will allow Israel to go and attack Iran's nuclear program, right now I can tell you, Israel itself will not even ask permission to do that because we will not go on that suicide mission ourselves. The reason why they were pushing so fast to make that system operational is because of the elections in the United States. Trust me, if Hillary Clinton was the president of America, the Iranians would be taking their time, knowing that the administration in America will be the one who will block the efforts of Israel to bring an end to their nuclear program. Since Trump is singing completely different melody than Obama, and since Trump is very strongly coming against the violation of the Iranian in that nuclear deal, and he's imposed new sanctions on them, the Iranians decided it's time to move forward, make that system operational in case, God forbid, Saudi, America, and Israel will join hands in order to bring an end to their nuclear program. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's a fact, now it's a done deal. Iran is going to have nuclear weapons at some point because there is no way, operational way, military way for Israel to stop it from happening. And that, of course, brings the Middle East into a completely new phase, a phase where Israel is going to face I would say, opposition, and will have, obviously, the American backing won't really matter here because Russia is in the Middle East. Russia is physically in the Middle East, not America. And if the Russians are allowing the Iranians to do whatever they want, then Israel is completely exposed and vulnerable. Remember, Ezekiel 38 is not talking about America helping Israel. It's not talking about Saudi helping Israel. It's not talking about Europe helping Israel. If Ezekiel says anything about Saudi, about Europe, and about America, is that they will probably criticize the attack, but not more than that. Wow. So we're moving forward. We're moving ahead. things are escalating in the Middle East. A good friend of mine, Pastor J.D. Farag, said that the election of Donald Trump escalates, or maybe expedite Bible prophecy, and that's exactly what happened. You can see that it's because of Trump's election that the Iranians are now rushing to test those missile system and to make it operational, just in case Trump will somehow allow Israel to do something there. Very, very interesting. I thought it's worth updating you. These are breaking news. These are important news. And for Bible prophecy, this is a giant step for the fulfillment of Ezekiel chapter 38. So, having that in mind, I want to remind you all that Jesus is still on the throne. I want to remind you all that we, the children of God, can only look up and see that our redemption is drawing near. I mean, I don't believe that we, the believers, will be here to see the war that will eventually bring about the rise of the Antichrist, who will introduce peace to Israel and to the Middle East at the end. So, wow, things are definitely escalating. Things are definitely moving forward very, very fast. I'm super excited, and I can't wait to see what's next. Pay attention that right now Benjamin Netanyahu is very busy in building up a new coalition of the moderate Sunni countries like Saudi, the Gulf countries, Qatar, and all of that, because they have more reasons to be afraid of Iran than Israel does. And they find in Israel right now more of a partner than an enemy. And they understand that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And therefore, it started in Washington about 2.5 weeks ago, that President Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu spoke of a much broader regional peace deal than just the Israeli-Palestinian track. Really, to be honest, nobody cares much about the Palestinian-Israeli track right now. The problems in the Middle East are much greater than that nonsense of two states, which is completely not even doable, because the other side is not even accepting the Israeli state as a fact. But I do need you to understand, the Bible doesn't talk about two-state solution. The Bible doesn't talk about the Palestinian state. The Bible is talking about Iran attacking Israel. The Bible is talking about some sort of a nuclear exchange. The Bible is talking about Russians' involvement in the Middle East. So we must get out of that, concentration on the Israeli-Palestinian thing. We must take a step backwards and look at the whole picture. And the whole picture is much bigger and much brighter and much more interesting, if I may say. These are amazing days. I hope that you guys are following and walking with the Lord. I hope that you guys really have things right with the Lord. I hope that you guys understand that the priorities in these days, in these times, in these seasons should change. There's no point, there's no time for pitiful arguments or fights with family members and friends. This is the time to get serious with your walking with the Lord. This is the time to move forward with your effort to be about our Father's business. This is the time to spread the gospel. This is the time to spread the hope that we have, the blessed hope that we have, that the rapture of the church is soon to happen. Now, I can't even imagine how many, or I can't even tell you how many people write me about how they don't think the rapture is biblical. Well, I always send you back to the Bible, not only to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, but also to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. The rapture not only that is biblical, but it's probably the only hope for the believers in this wicked, fallen, and miserable world. We're not of this world. We're not to stay in this world. We are to be taken. He's coming to take us unto himself. So where he is, we will be. And of course, when he comes back after the tribulation, behold, He comes back. The Lord is coming back. His feet are standing on the Mount of Olives. He comes back and his saints are coming with him. I'm super excited about that, but again, we have to understand the times. We have to understand the seasons. We have to see what's going on. This piece of news of Iran saying that the S-300 system is operational, that they have literally blocked all potential military action against their nuclear program. This is major news. It affects not only the region but the whole world. And I want you to understand that now they will be bolder, they will be more defiant, they will be more, I would say, courageous to defy the world, to basically do whatever they want, because that sword above their neck of we might destroy your nuclear capability is no longer there. This is it. Now I know that Israel, for the longest time already took other alternative ways of harming and somehow postponing and sabotaging the nuclear program of Iran. I know personally that, at some point, instead of sending F-16s or F-15s, we actually sent emails with attachments that were deadly for their systems. But we will continue in our effort in the cyber world. But again, the military option is probably off the table. And these are big news. And therefore, we don't hear about Persia being destroyed. We hear about Damascus being destroyed, and we hear about Persia joining Rosh and joining Turkey, Gomer and Togarmah, and actually coming against Israel. What an amazing time. I just thought I should report that to you all, and you guys have a blessed, blessed Sunday. I'm so thrilled and so encouraged to see so many of you that are engaged in this effort to spread the news of Behold Israel. And as you know, I announced a raffle yesterday, and if you guys will go on our Facebook page and follow and like and share with as many people, and if you guys go on Instagram and follow us and share, and if you guys go on our website and subscribe on our newsletter, and if you guys go on also Twitter and like us and retweet our posts, you will enter into that raffle, and the first prize of that raffle is a free tour with me in Israel in 2018. Most likely, I will have you come to the November 2018 tour where Pastor J.D. Farag and myself are hosting a Bible prophecy study tour. Two more prizes are in store. If you cannot make it, or if you didn't win the first one, you still have a chance to win a flight to Minnesota to attend the Understanding the Times conference of Jan Markell and Olive Tree Ministries. We will pay your way and you stay there, and you will have lunch with me, and we'll talk about Bible prophecy right there. And if you didn't win that one, the last one is a package full of resources of Behold Israel's teachings, of my teachings, and even a Bible, an Hebrew English Bible with a nice dedication and my own signature. And if my book, The Last Hour, will come out by then, I'll send you a free copy signed by me. So I encourage you to sign up on the newsletter on our beholdisrael.org, to register also and subscribe on our YouTube channel, Behold Israel. Go on our Instagram, Behold Israel, one word, follow and like. And of course, you can do it on Facebook and Twitter as well. The reason why we do that, we want a message to go out to as many people as possible. And if on the way we can bless you, and if you can't make it to Israel, if you cannot afford a tour to Israel, we can help you to, bring that dream come true. Why not? I love you guys from Galilee, and I wish you a happy Sunday. And I know in Asia it's almost Monday right now, but again, happy Sunday, and have a blessed week ahead of you. And if things will change, if something is going to happen, I won't hesitate to come back live on Facebook, which will later on be on YouTube, and update you. Thank you. God bless you. Get the app. Download the free app, Behold Israel, and get the news every day from the land of Israel. It's news that I believe you as Christians should know, and the media in your countries probably won't report that. Thank you again. God bless you, and shalom from Galilee. Bye bye.